Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are going to give it a couple of minutes for notifications to go out. See if anyone joins us this morning. I know it said I had one person in here when I signed in. And whoever you are, thank you for being here. Social media is such a weird thing because if you put your StreamYard notices up too early, then people have seen it and then forget that it's happening if they didn't hit that notification bell. If you put it up too late, YouTube isn't pushing it out until after you've already gone live. Sometimes I get notifications the next day, and I've experimented with putting it on my community tab, post on Instagram, but sometimes over on Instagram, you don't think, good morning, Monica. You don't see things until 3-4 days after the thing happened. So you play this guessing game of what's the perfect time to start to advertise something so that the most people see it. It's such a weird. Good morning, Marcy. Here's my cup of the day. You all have seen this one before. This is the one handmade by my son, my youngest son. And yes, I am having an extra cup of coffee today. I'd cut it back to just 1 cup a day. And it was a small, I was making sure it was an 8-ounce cup, but no, got the big cup out today. I think I have a cat hair stuck to me. So how is everyone? The temperature was nice and cool this morning. It was 61, but it was 80% humidity. I swear, I have a cat hair stuck to me. Good morning, Sabrina. So I am going to have a couple of brooches for sale today that I had just thrifted on Saturday, and then some other things. Most of those you've seen before, but maybe they've taken a little bit of a markdown so we can move them along. I did not do the folded page for our altered book project because if you follow my second channel, which is Claudia K Behind the Scenes, I talk a lot over there about my chronic illness and what I'm going through with medical trauma and all of that stuff. And I try to keep it light and fun over here, so I just have a relief from that. But good morning, Yvonne. I did not get anything done because I was helping my mom throw that party, which caused a flare up because I way overdid it. So didn't do it. But I can show you, I did these flowers, which were cut, folded, and then glued together. So I do have some folded elements in here. I also, when we did the letter to yourself, the envelope that this letter is in was also a folded piece. So thanks, Monica. So those were all out of my personal collection. I've spent years collecting those. So I have some folded elements in here. And remember, the Altered Book Project is supposed to work for you. So if you have a stressful week, if you have a busy week, if you have a busy month, you can skip it all. It is a year-long project that is do it as you want to. There are no requirements. You don't need to feel guilty about skipping a week or 3 or 4 weeks. It's okay because this is just supposed to be fun. So didn't do the folded prompt from last week, but I do have some already folded elements in my book. So I wanted to show you those. We are going to draw this week's, and look how low we're getting to here. Remember at the beginning of the year, this was full. And if I miss you coming in, I'm sorry. It's not on purpose. What have we got this week? Oh, we're finally at decorate the cover of your book. And I know there are a couple of you who are really looking forward to this one. So we are at that point now. We're going to decorate the cover of our books. And I don't know if Feeding the Soul is here. Feeding My Soul is here yet, but I know she's been waiting on this one. So it's here. Good. Now I don't know, because I think I originally had a plan for the cover of my book, because you can see it's worn. It has a lot of damage. You can barely see the over here letters that are left on here, but the picture is still pretty good. So whatever, good morning, Geneva. Whatever I do, I really want to not take away from the picture. Like this graphic, I want to keep that graphic and like accentuate that graphic with whatever I do to decorate the cover. And did I still have my daughters sitting right here? I'd moved my daughters, but remember my daughter did like the big fake rhinestone type all over her cover that are now falling off because it's, I don't know how many years old it is, but so decorate the cover. That is the prompt that we are on. That's a good one. I mean, I think they're all good because I wrote them, but okay, so over on my second channel, I will be posting a video later. So if you are a spoonie and you're not following me, you want to go over, because I'm asking you guys, and you can give them to me right now if you want, but I'm asking you guys to tell me the things that doctors have told you, or nurse practitioners, or, you know, whatever health official have told you to do. And I'll give you some examples. So say you suffer from depression, and maybe it isn't a doctor. Maybe it's your mother-in-law. Maybe it's, you know, your neighbors. Like, well, if you just got out in the sunshine. So I am looking for a list of the things that doctors have told you to do, or nosy people who have no idea what you're suffering with told you to do. So, you know, if you just got out in the sunshine, if you just took a walk, if you just lifted weights, if you just did yoga, if you are a person who is, good morning, Apple, been told that kind of stuff, I want to hear. I'm compiling a list of the things that we have been told to do. So if you want to drop it in the comments later, if you want to email me, if you want to put something in the chat right now, or if you want to wait until I put a video up on my second channel and respond under that, that's fine too. But that is what I'm looking to do. Compile that list of things that we've been told to do when we are so sick we can barely get out of bed, or maybe can't even get out of bed. I didn't get a haul done of the things that I bought yesterday, but I did get to spend some time with my sister. This is the one who lives like an hour and a half away from me. Good morning, Roxana. And she needed to go to Amish country. She did a lot of driving yesterday. I couldn't have done it. And I was supposed to go and spend time with her this week, but health-wise, I just couldn't. I couldn't make the drive. I couldn't sleep in an unfamiliar place. So she came down here and we just did a day thing. And we went to Amish country and we hit up a couple thrift stores. So I did get some glass for next Monday's Glass with Class. We're talking about Acro Agate, which I love. They're an Ohio company. We're an Ohio company. And I couldn't believe I found some Acro Agate. I was so excited. So I've sold a couple pieces on here before, but you would think for an Ohio-based company, I'd find more Acro Agate than I do, but I don't. But I did find two. It's a set. Wait till you see it. But it's upstairs waiting to be washed. So I don't have anything down here to show you guys glass-wise that I bought. But I bought myself something. I'm writing that down, Sabrina. Get more sleep. So I think I still have blue. I still have blue on my fingers from putting blue in my hair this morning. So look at this. This ring, it just, you know, looks like a simple ring. It's worn. So it was just pot metal. The finish is worn off, but I'm like, I caught that glint of green and I'm like, no. So had my black light in my pocket. And can you see it? Can you see it? And it fits. How fantastic is that? So the two little green stones both are uranium glass. And it's kind of a leaf. I think it looks like a leaf. My phone doesn't like to focus on the small things, but so I got that for me. It was $4. Actually, shouldn't have bought things for myself, but this is the first uranium I've got, you know, brooches, but I haven't found a necklace or a ring yet. I own earrings made out of uranium glass, but those are modern. They're not vintage. So besides brooches, it's my first piece of finding in the wild. I'm so excited about it. And I love that it fits. Like, and even as I lose weight, because my right hand is always half the size bigger than my left hand. So as I continue to lose weight, I will be able to switch it to my right hand and still be able to wear it for quite a while, depending on, you know, how quickly I lose weight. Okay, so if I missed anybody coming in, I'm sorry I missed you. Welcome. Yes, Marcy. This last doctor's appointment I had was the first time where they didn't say anything because I've lost 48 pounds since my previous appointment. So they couldn't say anything about the weight. Yep, just lose some weight. Okay, I'm writing these down. Appreciate it. So I found, not only did I find the acro agate, I found a really pretty little piece of hand-painted Fenton. It has some opalescence. I found this really cool smoky colored decanter. Now it is missing the top. Good morning, Kraken. It is missing the top, so it doesn't have its glass stopper. So I don't know if I'll put it up in the sale on Monday or if I will wait until after, because we have Lincoln Highway Byway coming up. Good morning, Katie. And if you've been following me, you know Lincoln Highway Byway is that garage sale that goes across the state of Ohio and follows the old Lincoln Highway. And sometimes the Lincoln Highway split off. And so you can follow two different paths and they circle back together. And so my niece has taken the days off and we are going to do that. So I don't know if I'll wait to see if I find a glass stopper for it. If I may just put up, let you guys see it. And then if it doesn't sell, be on the lookout for a stopper. But it's really pretty. I can't wait to show you guys. So I will have new glass on Monday's Glass with Class. All right, if you are just coming in, decorate the cover of your book. I know a lot of people have been waiting on this one. So that is our prompt. Don't remove tonsils. All right, I wrote that one down, Apple. Hey, Nancy. Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. So if you just came in, I'm asking fellow Spoonies for the things that doctors or well-meaning people have told you to do to just your health will all be better if you just get out in the sunshine, or if you just take a walk every day, or if you just lose some weight. Or so if you've been told those things, doesn't even have to be a health professional, it could be your nosy neighbor or your mother-in-law. I'm compiling a list. So, and I'm going to talk about it on my second channel. So if you want to drop that here, you can email me if you don't feel comfortable talking in the chat, or you can comment over on my other channel when I get that up. And I try not to talk about things related to chronic illness here because I like to focus on vintage and just make this a happy space. It has been spilling over here some because I've just been struggling with my health so much. So trying to take it all over to second channel. That's Claudia K behind the scenes. I know, Kraken. Who knew we'd have to wait half the year to get to decorate the cover of our books? Feeding My Soul has been waiting on this one too, but I don't see her in the chat yet. If you missed it, I do have up a flower brooch sale. I posted it last night, static sale. And there are brooches left. I think not even quite half of them have sold yet. So if this was my personal collection, and good morning, Mary. And so if you haven't seen it yet, go give it a watch. And there are still quite a bit of flower brooches left. And you're not behind, Apple. Remember, you can just pick it back up today. You don't have to do any of those prompts because it's low to no stress. It is just as you have time to sit down and enjoy it. This is not to add to all of our already way too long list of things we need to do. Oh, Nancy. Yep. Just stand up straight. I'm writing that one down. That's a good one. Okay, make sure that I didn't miss anything. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And if you guys are wondering why I am not on Tiger's channel right now, Tiger's focusing all of his energy on Whatnot and getting all of his inventory sorted. Guys, if I could travel, I would fly to Arizona, hang out with him a couple weeks, and help because it would be so fun to see all of his vintage. He has a house full of vintage, and then all of his wall art. He has too much wall art to even hang on his walls. That would be so much fun. Nancy, I hear you. And coffee cup of the day. This is the one that was handmade by my youngest son. And it has 12 ounces of coffee in it. So I treated myself to an extra cup today. Okay, we have a few things for sale. I just have 10 things this morning. And if you guys want to chat about other things, just pop it in there and let me know. Let's just hang out this morning. So I have dropped the price on some of these things that aren't the new things, but the new things I pulled for today are pretty inexpensive too. I stuck to mostly smaller things, not on purpose. It was just what happened. So you may have seen this in my, oh, Nancy, that would be fun. You have to let me know if you come to Ohio. You may have seen this in my haul. This is a Cherrydale Farms mince tin. It's this size. And I love this copper color, and especially the copper with the green. Here's the inside. So, a little rusty and crusty. But it does open. Which, you know, sometimes these don't open. Here's the bottom. Guess it's not really rusty. But it's no, brain fog is bad today, guys. I'm just gonna warn you. It's been bad all week. If you caught our glass with class on Monday, I totally screwed up the order, the turns. I had my 10 items. I don't know what happened. You can just skip the Terry Kraken. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to give you any anxiety. Although I had to give myself that talk this morning when I was not inspired to do anything new with folded pages. And then I'm like, no, the whole point is it's supposed to be fun and not add to your to-do list. So skip it this week. So I skipped it this week. I'm setting an example and I skipped it. Oh, really? I've never seen the mints. That's interesting. Let me turn off. That ring light is giving. Oh, no, it's the overhead light. It's not the ring light. Pull it back here. But it's this beautiful copper color with the green. This color made me think very 1930s. Oh, sorry, allergies. And the tin is just under 6 inches wide. So not a great big tin, but just super pretty with the copper color. And it is just $6. $6, number 11. When I looked up the Cherrydale tins on eBay, I think I found only one example of this one, but there were a ton of it looks like they were producing very cool tins for many, many years. $6, number 11 on the tin. Yep. Just quit smoking. I've heard that one about my weight. Well, if you just lost weight, except when I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia, I weighed 130 pounds. I was 5'7", and I was in a size 5 clothing, and I walked miles every day and went out dancing 3 nights a week with my roommate who was trying to break into music videos. I couldn't have been any more active. Oh, so frustrating. Okay. I'm sorry. I took my allergy medicine, but it hasn't kicked in yet. Next up, this little brooch. Now the brushed gold has, you can see it's gotten shiny, so it's been rubbed up against something right there. So there's a little bit of damage on that. And the pin keeps popping out when it's closed. I don't think this one's super vintage. At first it was giving me 90s vibes, but I've noticed that if you see brooches in the store, a lot of times right now they're based off of like very 90s brooches. It looked like it was signed in here with an imprint of a company, but like it didn't take well. I don't know. Couldn't figure it out. So it is super pretty though. And lengthwise, 2.5 inches. So it is just $6. $6. Yeah, Venetian Carnival or Mardi Gras colors, but it's super pretty. $6, number 1. And then these, I've got 2. And squeeze the latch. Well, it's like the latch isn't, see, it's not that it's coming out the latch part. It's like the latch is supposed to be in a bit more. And I hate to, if I'm keeping them for myself, I'll risk breaking them and messing with them, but I don't know. So I will just keep it inexpensive for someone else. Apple. Oh my goodness, my nose itches so much, you guys. Okay, so I have 2 of these, and I don't know if they're Bakelite or not. Yes, Nancy. It was set too far apart. And honestly, if no one else wants it, I might toss that into my container of brooches to craft with, because I have a project I'm going to do with that. No, it keeps slipping out the... No, that wouldn't work either. Anyway, so I don't know if these are Bakelite. I thought they were kind of cool. And I looked them up several different ways and I couldn't find them. You know what they make me think of? Like in the 60s, the stewardesses would have a little, that's what it made me think of. I don't know why. So they are just over 2 inches long. And their choice, because they're only $5 a piece. So if you're interested in one, $5, number 12. You know, I know for a while there, everybody was going crazy over Bakelite. And it seems like that the appeal of Bakelite's kind of fallen off and people don't seem to be looking for it or paying as much for it. Does everybody else feel that way? Oh, I knew there was a different test besides the heat test. Of course, we don't have 409 in the house because I'm allergic to all cleaners. Good to know. I don't know, but they're cool. Just $5 a piece, number 12. And this one I was going to save until autumn, until fall. But if someone's interested now, here it is. Hey, Helen. And don't forget, I'm going to be doing a sale with Helen in August. It feels like forever since I've done a sale with Helen. We all started out about the same time, 2 years ago. Okay, so tricolor leaf brooch, whichever way you put it. So it's got that antique gold color, the silver, and then the antique copper kind of color there. And this one is 3 inches at its widest point. Helen, if you hearted that, then that means that you are not putting your eyes on the road. Eyes on the road, Helen. So, super pretty. It's got this Y back. The pin part works just fine. And in a month, guys, it's going to be fall. I know it's hard to believe, but it will be. And this will be perfect for that. $10. $10, number 6. $10, number 6. Now I want to go pick up some 409. Let me make sure I haven't missed anything. Okay, didn't miss anything. Yeah, my allergies are insane. And I'm even allergic to the preservative that is considered the most natural preservative. And they put it in most natural cleaners. Definitely allergic to that one. Horrible asthma attack every time I'm exposed to that one. There are traditional cleaners I can tolerate better than that. And it's a very specific preservative. And there are just some people have a really bad reaction to it. It's crazy. I'm one of those people. And we use a lot of vinegar and water and essential oil based cleaners and like the claws with the silver in them. Can't remember what that company is. I'm sure you guys know. We use those. And I mean, but there are sometimes you just have to bleach something. So if bleach has to be used in the house, I have to leave the house until it's all aired back out. Trying to think. I wonder if the Dollar Tree just carries a smaller thing of 409. I could just pick up for $1.25. I'll have to look. I am going to write that down because I have a couple of things that I've wondered if they're Bakelite. Writing it down because if I don't write it down, I'll forget it. And it will change color. The 409, not the big lip. Okay. So next up, you've seen this guy before. He dropped the price by $1. Blue Rooster. He was made in China, but this is vintage China, not Dollar Tree made in China. And he's adorable. But he does have, they didn't pull the glaze all the way down to the bottom. And he is 4 inches tall. Just $5. Yeah, we don't bleach any of our clothes at all because that smell just kind of goes everywhere. But like because I ran a business and everything had to be, I had to keep bleach there. I wore masks years before 2020 because of the amount of allergies I have. But we used a bleach-based toilet cleaner, and my daughter would come in and help me clean the office. And then the very last thing is I would step out, she would clean the toilet with the Clorox toilet cleaner, leave the exhaust fan running, and then she'd come out, turn the lights out behind her, and I'd lock up. And we would do that like on a Saturday when I didn't work Sundays. And so then on Monday when I came in, the smell would be gone. And if she cleaned the bathroom at home, she did it when I was at work, kept the exhaust fan on and the window open. Yeah. But recently I've been able to use the Lysol toilet bowl cleaner without having too bad of a reaction, which is good because in the summer when you are cleaning with a mask on, me too, Sabrina. All right. Moving on. You guys have probably seen this one a couple times. I've dropped the price. It is the California Treasure Craft boot that I think would make a perfect pen holder. He does have a few spots where the Treasure Craft always, if it was used at all, has spots where it is wearing. And he has a tiny flea bite right there. Good morning, Bree. So California Treasure Craft, it does say Treasure Craft right there. So it's not the imitation Treasure Craft. It's the real Treasure Craft. It is 5 inches tall. 5 inches tall. $6, number 7. $6, number 7. Yeah. My niece has Crohn's, and she had she'd been in the hospital. She got something, I can't remember the name of it, but my sister has to bleach everything constantly, and they lived up above me in the apartment building, and we had a lot of, if they were cooking, I could smell it. If I was cooking, they could smell it. So not great ventilation. So yeah, and my sister's not quite as allergic as I am, but she's still sensitive to it. So she'd be up there with the mask on, bleaching the whole bathroom. It's terrible when you have to make a whole plan for how to do just your basic cleaning to live in your house. It's so stupid to be allergic to so many things. It makes me angry. It makes me angry. Not angry at it. You can't be angry at someone, but just angry in general. And if you need the prompt, we are finally at decorating the cover of our altered books. Altered books. Decorating the cover. And if you missed it, I am asking all of my fellow spoonies to tell me things that doctors and or well-meaning people have told you to do. So if you suffered from depression, somebody told you if you just got out and got some sunshine, you'd be fine. That kind of thing. I'm going to make a video about it later on my second channel, but if you don't feel comfortable dropping it in the comments here, you can always email me and tell me the crazy things that people told you'd just be better if you did this. Next up, the watercolors, creamer and sugar bowl. And the lady that I bought these from, and these are made in Japan. It says printed in Japan. Maybe just the box was made in Japan. They do have the barcode, but the lady I bought them from said that they'd never been used. Earthside Japan watercolors. And they don't have any wear to them at all. So there's the creamer. And like the sugar bowl lid was still in its protective paper. And those of you that I ship farthest to, Arizona, California, you know, the post office changed that and combined some things. So if you want to give me some feedback, I sent everything post office this week that people purchased last week, where normally 2 or 3 of those packages would have had to go UPS because it would have been $2 cheaper or more. It's not now. And they're with the new ground that they're doing, they've added the $100 insurance. So I shipped everything USPS, but I'm wondering how much longer it's going to take to get to you guys, or if the boxes are going to be more beat up. So if you have feedback on that when you get your packages, by all means, let me know. But everything went out USPS last week. So there's the sugar and the creamer. Pretty little set, still in box. And I've dropped the price to $10 for both. $10 for both. Now I got to put it all back in the box. And it still had its little thing in the bottom there. And these plates right here are very, very reminiscent of what most of us 70s and 80s kids grew up with. I saw that, Nancy, the UPS strike at the end of the month. I don't like to ship things UPS anyway, because when I worked as a shipping manager for a clothing store at the mall for 5 years, UPS you open the back door to your store and they are supposed to carry the boxes in and set them. Like there's rules they're supposed to follow. And the one driver would open up the back of his truck and he would start punting the boxes down our hallway. And for a while there, it didn't matter because it was clothing that we were selling. But then we started selling a line of add-ons. So they were little trinket kind of type stuff that went up by the register that was breakable. And when I told him, I said, please don't do that anymore. A lot of these boxes are going to contain this new line that we're carrying, and I can't have everything broken. He didn't care. Kept punting them, and actually he got fired because I was one of like 10 people, managers at the mall, that made complaints about him, and eventually they fired him. But I know for a fact what UPS does. FedEx never did that, but then we switched to UPS because it was cheaper through our company. Anyway, it always sours me on UPS. All right, let's go back and see. Ugh, Nancy, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I didn't ship much ground before because usually it was cheaper to ship UPS, and a UPS that was insured, where ground before was not. So this time I shipped quite a few things I would normally ship UPS ground advantage, because now it's offering $100. Not that I've never dealt with the insurance before. When an item arrived broken, I've just refunded it. I didn't think it was worth it. Yep. And like at back to school, those boxes would be 40-pound boxes of denim because I worked in a children's clothing store, and denim is heavy. And the boxes, I can't remember the size on them, but like they're crazy big. I get it. Like I get it. I'm the one that had to move them all after he put them in our store. Like I got it. But when I've asked you not to punt them down the hallway and I come into the back and I hear it hitting the ground and shattering, then we're having a problem. All right, next item is this weird green bird that looks like a walrus. And I actually bought this off another reseller. I cannot remember who. And I don't remember if it was 2 years ago or if it was last year. But since I got rid of all of my birds except for swans and flamingos, then it's time for him to go. He's got a polished bottom. And this is not a chip in the glass. I don't think. I think it was a defect as it was being made. It is 4 inches long. And I've dropped this price down to just $6. $6, number 17. He's really pretty emerald green color. But he's derpy. Looks like a walrus. $6, number 17. The crystal FTD heart bowl. It's a little one, not a big one. It only stands 5 inches tall. It's got the satin hearts at the top. It's really pretty. Oh, I see you, Alice. For the derpy bird walrus thing. And if you guys are following my second channel and commenting or sending me emails of encouragement, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Polished bottom, but this was a FTD bowl. $10. $10, number 2. There, you can see how tall it is. And last item of the day is this little Royal Porcelain Bavaria KPM Germany Hander Bite as a little plate. And it's this size. The other one that I had that I bought these like within a couple weeks of each other, Tiger said was a coaster. So I actually added that to my coaster collection. But, oh cool, Brie. But this one is not a coaster. The graphic was just so clear with so much detail. And then you got this clock. You just randomly got a clock right there. So I thought it was cool. It is 4 inches tall. So just a little plate. Itty bitty. Drop the price down. It's $5, number 19. $5, number 19. And that's everything. I still feel like I have a cat hair stuck to my lipstick. Coffee. So good. Well, that was nice of you, Alice. I only had 10 items. Do you want me to go back through them? I can go back through them. Let me know in the chat if you want me to go back through them. I feel like ever since that doctor's appointment a week and a half ago, I just have not been with it. So I will be invoicing today. And okay, Alice, if if you pay today, I'm gonna, if everybody pays today, now you have 48, you'll always have 48 hours, always. But if everybody pays today, then I'll just get everything shipped tomorrow morning. But I'm gonna get shipping, I'm gonna get packing and invoicing done today, so that I can focus on kind of putting, everything kind of fell apart around here. So I'm gonna try and get everything put back together. And I don't even think I'm gonna go sourcing this weekend, because I just really need to, everything's kind of a mess right now. Gotta put my life back together. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get going. Be watching for your invoices. And if you haven't checked out the brooch sale, there are still a lot of beautiful brooches. They're all flowers that are available currently on my static brooch sale. So thanks, guys. I'll see you in the chats.